Hiya once again, and welcome to the end of the video where I give you a little flip through of the journal. I'll probably also put a clip of this in my journal playlist too, so that you can kind of see this. What it is a single signature journal. It is made of paper, the whole thing. So the outer cover is a little bit thicker because it's got some dry decoupaging with tissue paper on the outside and some Mod Podge on the inside with a napkin and some stuff. We'll show you that when we get inside. What we have on the outside though, first let me give you the size, including the lace. It's about 6.5 inches by 9. And I made a button closure. So what I did is I sewed a button to the outer paper and then kind of loop seam binding through the lace in the back. So this isn't very tight. It's actually very loose. This will slide right off the button, but it can also come untied so that if this grows just in putting stuff in it or adding to it, this can expand and change as well. So I can actually, I pulled it into a knot. This actually comes untied and it's just looped through the back lace. See? Alright, so I have all kinds of different crocheted trims on the edges and some other little bits in there that I'll show you as we get there. But yeah, I reinforced this little area here. I have a piece of muslin and another button, and then it is sewn through the paper. I have a small button on the inside and then the larger button. Basically, I stacked the buttons like that, so it gave us a little more of a lip for the seam binding to actually catch over it. So when we open it, you can kind of see the inside that I mentioned was Mod Podged. This is kind of a work surface paper, as well as many of the papers that are in the journal. So what I did is I used one of those work surface papers that I cover my whole table with, and I cut it down into a workable piece to become the cover. And we have a glossy Mod Podge over the top. And you can see where I've actually done a little bit of script stamping. There is a second layer piece of napkin that's here. That's where we get these little gray bits that almost look like a stamp underneath, but it's really a napkin. We have all kinds of those work surface papers that I mentioned, as well as this here is packing paper. And it's got a little perforated edge on the bottom, so I reinforced it and just made little pockets out of a torn edge. And this is kind of like a little accordion fold. I made a little tag, and this actually flips over, so we have this surface area to write on. And it also opens this way, where I have a little ticket and a little scrappy pad, avocado paper, coffee paper. I think that's all that's in here. Okay, I think I was getting a call there, so it interrupted my recording. So anyway, I think I was just simply telling you about my little scrappy pad, that it is coffee stained. I have a little bit of lace trim on the top. I made a little booklet out of the scrappy paper. I glued it to some cardstock because the back side of this was a calendar. And then we have more coffee dyed paper and avocado stained paper. A little flip. So it's just for easy journaling or list making, but it is removable from the journal. And then we have like I said, crochet trim on a lot of the pages. So the pages all vary in size and colors because they came from different projects and sources. a little bit of muslin, a crocheted piece. This actually was a cut remnant, and I think this is the only piece of ledger paper in the whole thing. The rest are my, like I said, work surface papers that are usually under me with different things that I'm working on. Here's a piece of the blotter calendar piece of paper. So that's what that little booklet was made of. And we've got just pages and pages of nakedness. So there's no distressing on the edges, no script stamping, no stenciling, no stamping. So just blank, 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 all for your writing purposes. We get to the back part, more lace, muslin, crocheted pieces. But once we get to all the way in the back, another side of that packing paper that I have folded and reinforced, and the opposite side does still have some pockets. So I've got some little tickets. These also are not really embellished other than the little bits of lace. This one just has strings glued to the top of it, on top of a piece of muslin. Okay, so some people are persistent when they call, and I just got interrupted again. I'm not sure kind of where I was. I think I showed you my tickets already. So my little naked tickets, nothing on the back sides. And then 2 little naked tags. And then this, and then this, and then the back side. So then we just simply can retie it again. And that's that. Thank you so much for hanging out while I finish this little project. I appreciate your time and patience. I know this was a longer video for me to have, but it was worth it, I think, because I have a finished little journal. And that is all. Thanks again for hanging out with me, and I will link all the stuff that I mentioned earlier in the description of this little video so that you can find stuff if you want to. And I will see you again in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.